all those wonderful things that you pull out at Canal. I need to warn you that the video you're about to watch has some very, very strong language. If you're easily offended, now might be a good time to fuck off. Now, normally speaking, this boat would be absolutely level in the water, as would that. But the reason it looks like it's shipwrecked is because it's stuck on bottom. Canals are U-shaped, so this is now stuck on the bottom here, and then boom, laying down. Sorry, distracted. And this is stuck on bottom there, boom, because the Canal and River Trust couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. The Canal and River Trust, have, for all the time we've been here, which is coming up for 13 years, known that the pumps down at Tinsley that service this canal are basically fucked. Now, within that 13 years, they've made various repairs and there's been various stoppages. Earlier this year, they decided they was going to replace, for once and for all, and fix this problem. And so, just after we got back at the end of March, they put a stoppage on and they replaced the pump, and it blew the pipe between the pump and the top lock, blew out the tow path. So they had to put an emergency pump in down at Effingham Road, which is about, I don't know, a quarter of a mile just down there, if that, to pump from the River Don into the canal to keep the level up. Not working right well at the moment. So what do? They fixed the pump and then it blew the pipe again. So the emergency pump that they put in down at Effingham Road and then took away and then declared the canal open last week has now been brought back in to try and bring the canal back up to a level whereby at least, you know, people don't roll out of bed. Just imagine if we were living on there now. Well, we wouldn't be, it'd be impossible. So down here at Johnny's yard, they got pretty much the same issue down there, except that's slightly better dredged. It just hasn't been dredged down here since they reopened the canal at the end of the 80s. So when it comes around to licensing, we pay £2,000 a year for that. Well, not now. That's going. I'm not having anything else to do with Canal and River Trust. They are inefficient. They are dead from the fucking neck up. Absolutely fucking useless. And apart from anything else, they have absolutely no commitment towards accessibility. And I've made a big fuss about this for the last 13 years, that the towpath is shite. It's completely impassable. And realistically, if this was anywhere in, like, you know, in the city centre, if this was a park or whatever, it would not be allowed to have such poor accessibility. And yet the Canal and River Trust are encouraging everybody to use the canals and rivers and towpaths. But you can't. If you're in a wheelchair or even just pushing a pram, it's impossible. And they do these little lip service things because they've had this arts project going on. And last year during the bicentenary, all you could see down here was people wearing Canal and River Trust apparel, you know, bigging each other up. They had a big group wank down at Victoria Quays, just to, you know, a massive mutual masturbation of how brilliant the Canal and River Trust are. Unfortunately, what they forgot was, we know what a bunch of useless cunts they are. And I'm fucking furious with them. I'm furious because we haven't been able to use, we're 6 months into this year, and we haven't been able to use this canal at all. They had a dam down there while they was fixing a leaking culvert, so we couldn't get down to empty the septic tanks. 6 months we haven't been able to use this canal. Anyway, that's my rant over. I'm going to have a beer. Canal and River Trust, you're a bunch of useless cunts and you can go and fuck off and die. Cunts.